welcome to another edition of the Josh Hose Show. I'm your host, Vanessa Gerard, and with me is the head coach of the Massillon Tigers, Coach Hose. We want to thank our season-long sponsor, Reliable Heating and Cooling. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Vanessa.
So your Tigers saw their 6-game winning streak come to an end with a road loss last Friday night at Ashland. It was a game that came down to the last shot, wasn't it?
Yes, it went on the road, tough place to play. Ashland, very good team this year. We lost them in the first game of the year. Close game there, and then come back over there. We knew we had a tough battle. We were a little short-handed with some kids out. Our kids, fought tooth and nail. I think we had a lead with a minute and a half left, a 1-point lead. They came back and scored, took the lead. So it's kind of back and forth game like that the whole time. And great atmosphere, great game. We had a good shot at the end with one of our best players, Vari Moore, in the corner. We wanted him to have a shot to tie it, and we had a good look, missed it, and actually Caden Woolard got another shot at the buzzer to try and tie it, and it went off the rim too. So I give our kids a lot of credit though to fight through a tough time there and have a great opponent on the ropes like that on the road says a lot about our team.
Yeah. Then on Saturday night, it was another close road loss, this time at Ridgewood. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, that's a tough one. We went down to Ridgewood on back-to-back nights, long road trip. Last year they came in here 19-0, and we beat them, so I knew they were going to be fired up. It's a team that a lot of people don't know about around here, but I think in the last 2 years they're probably like 35-3 or 4, in the record because they've really had a good run. So a good team, a lot of wins. So we go down there. We didn't shoot well either game this weekend, which never helps. And our kids we were down 10 in the fourth period, and there's some questionable calls and stuff like that at different times, which you're going to get on the road. But our guys showed a lot of fight and a lot of resilience because we came back and headed to a 1-point game with 30 seconds left, and then had a blown assignment on defense and gave up a layup. Ended up actually going down 3, but ended up hitting a 3 to tie it. It was wiped out by a moving screen call. And so, we had a couple looks really to take the lead there or tie it up. Again, I go back to, it's frustrating to lose those two, but being shorthanded on the road, not shooting it well, our kids to have the fight in them to bring it down to the wire. Again, it says a lot about our kids and a lot about the attitude and the fight that they have, and I think it bodes well for us moving down the road here as we get ready for tournament time.
Yes. Your Tigers are now 9-6. As you reflect on that record, what comes to mind first?
I think growth, as we talk about it, we've gone through, 9-6 seems like it's like a long 15 games. And when you look at what our team looked like from day one to now, with losing some key players and guys being in and out, the COVID stuff going on, our kids have been through a lot in the last month and a half, 2 months. And I think, we've grown a lot and shown some fight. And I'm very proud of them for that fact, is that they've really showed a lot of resilience, whether it's dealing with COVID issues, whether it's dealing with tough opponents. I think our combined losses in those 6 games, teams are 61-14. It's about an 80% winning percentage. And so we've lost some good opponents, but our kids have been in every game. We've always had fight, even if we looked like we were out of it, found a way to get back in the game. And so I've just enjoyed watching them grow as a team and individuals. Excited to see how we close out the season and get going into the tournament.
In a moment, we'll meet another Tiger player. But first, this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that.
The future of home comfort is here now at Reliable Heating and Cooling. Get the latest innovation and technology at Reliable.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Thanks to Reliable Heating and Cooling, and welcome back to the Josh Hose Show. Our Tiger player this week is senior guard Darion Williams. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Darion, as a senior, you were looking forward to playing for the Tigers again this season. Unfortunately, you suffered a serious knee injury before the football season started, and you've been rehabbing your knee ever since. Tell us more about the injury and the progress you've made.
So I tore my ACL in both meniscus, and I've been going to Allman West for rehab, and I actually just got cleared 2 weeks ago. So I'm trying to make my way back on the court.
Okay. I know you've remained very close to your teammates despite not being able to play. What made you decide to continue being around the team instead of just doing your own thing?
Just being a part of the team. I played since my freshman year, so it was just like I couldn't quit on in my senior year just because I was hurt.
Yes. So how much are you actually around the team? Is it every day or just on game nights?
Well, since therapy ended, I'm around them basically every day now. But when therapy was on, I was there every day. But like I would come late 3 days a week.
Yes. How are you making an impact on your teammates, even if you're not on the floor?
Just by being a leader on the bench, just because I've been playing varsity basketball since freshman year, and I can teach them something that I've been taught since my freshman year, basically.
Yeah. Do you hope to get back on the floor with the team before the season is over?
Yeah, maybe, hopefully in a few weeks I'll be back on the floor.
Good. Did I also see that you've decided to continue your academic and football career at Ashland University?
Yes.
Tell us more about the process in making that decision.
It was kind of just like, it felt like Massillon, but a little bit bigger. And the coaches there, they treat me like family, so it was just like home for me.
Good. And finally, the team's record is currently sitting at 9-6. What are your expectations for the team and for the rest of the season?
I think we can make a big push in the playoffs because we're like a sleeper team. No one knows like what we're going to get, and so I think we can make a big push in the playoffs.
Good. Thanks for joining us, Darion. Coach Hose will rejoin the show and after we return this timeout.
Hey, chat. Why do I wear a mask? Because when I'm not behind the screen, my mask is my cheat code. And when we stop the spread, we level up. What's the next level? Hanging with friends again. You're right, masks have always been a part of our community. I miss you guys too. Being face to face is truly the next level. Here's the cheat code. Stop the spread of corona. Mask up, America.
And welcome back to the Josh Hose Show. So, Coach, we just spoke with Darion Williams. He's another player who has been on the team the past couple of seasons. Despite his injury not being able to play, he is continuing to have a big impact on this Tiger team, isn't he?
Yes, Darion was our starting point guard as a sophomore and a junior, so he started 2 seasons for us. We're really looking forward to seeing how he would lead us this year. And unfortunately, he had the knee injury that he suffered in football late August. And he's fighting like heck to get back. Well, hopefully, maybe if God willing and doctors willing, he can get back on the court. But Darion's been a great leader for us on and off the court the last 2 years, and this year has been off the court. He's been our guy on the end of the bench, just talking to guys, and in practice, he's passed. Even yesterday, he's throwing passes to guys, just staying involved. And I think a kid like him, as quality of a kid as he is, just having him around the team has been just definitely a positive. And he contributes in many ways. Just like when he was playing, like he never scored a ton for us, but he contributed in many ways, whether it was defensively, getting guys the ball that needed to touch the ball, or getting them in the right spots. And I think he's very similar in his approach when he's not playing as a leader this year. He's been talking to kids that need talked to, coaching kids up. I know the one game I laugh about, I keep telling the story, but I looked down and we were going to run a defense, and he looks at me and he gives me one of these, "Coach." He gives me one. I said, "What, Darion?" He goes, "He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that play." And so that's how locked in he is, though. He knows his teammates. He's a very selfless young man, and it stings for him because we love him and he loves basketball, and not to have him on the team this year right now playing for us, but he's been giving us a lot when he hasn't been there.
I see you have a couple more games coming up this weekend, and it starts with an away game Friday night at Youngstown Ursuline. What can you tell us about the Irish?
Well, they're playing very good basketball right now. They're, I think, about 12-3. They had a lot of guys back from last year. They were really young, and they came on strong at the end of the year last year. We had them here towards the end of the season, maybe our last home game, and it was a very close game, right down to the wire, like a lot of our games were last year. But yeah, Coach Gunther up there does a really good job, and we're going to have to play a really good game up there at their place. They got some talented guards, a really good athletic big guy inside, and they defend it well, they shoot it pretty well. So we're getting into some scouting with them and looking at how we're going to attack them. But they're definitely going to come at us. I think it's going to be a good matchup. We do a lot of the similar stuff. So a lot of dribble drive offense and a lot of man-to-man ball pressure defense. So should be a good game on Friday for both teams.
Yes. Then on Saturday night, your team will be on the road again to face Cleveland Benedictine. How about a scouting report on the Bengals?
So Benny, they're struggling this year record-wise. They're like 1-9 or something like that. But when you look at who they played like really, really good teams. Yeah. So they've lost like a bunch of teams in the top 10, and their schedules. They're playing like St. Ignatius and St. Ed's. I think they played Menor. So they're playing a really quality schedule. So you can't look at their record, but they have a really good big guy inside. You got a couple quick guards on the outside, some physical forwards that are about 6'3", kind of look like some of our football guys, kind of a thicker 6'3", muscular kid. So yeah, we really haven't looked a ton at them. We've been focusing more on Ursuline, but we know Benedictine, they're traditionally a really good team, and like I said, with their teams they've played, they've been tested. Yeah. So we're going to have to come in and play really well. Games at Glen Oak and one of those classics, it always presents just an oddball feel to the game because you're just not playing a JV game, and our kids are pretty seasoned with that. So hopefully we'll come in there and put two good efforts together back to back this weekend.
The Division I Sectional District Basketball Tournament pairings were announced over the weekend. Tell us more about the top speeds and where your Tigers ended up.
Well, actually, right now we are in the process of entering data. The girls' teams voted this weekend. We will vote this Saturday and Sunday and know where we're at come Sunday afternoon. So as of now, we're just in the process of organizing the tournament. The seedings, last night I was putting data in and putting who we've beaten, who we've lost to, and just some information about our team. It's kind of an interesting process behind the scenes. You kind of like talk your team up. It's almost like selling yourself. You build your resume, and then everybody goes in and looks at that, and then we start seeding. This year will be different because we got 37 teams in our district. In the past it's been like 13 teams, and there's 3 different districts out of that 37 teams. So I'm excited to see how this one works out because talking to Coach Pierce and the girls' side of things, they were able to pick different spots they can go, whether you take a bye or not. And I think we'll be right in the middle. Had we won both games this weekend, we'd have a chance at a higher seed, obviously, probably like a top 10 seed. But we're probably going to be in that, anywhere from like 12 or whatever down to 20, depending on how things shake out. And we have no control over that at this point. Yeah. We'll just kind of go where we go and try to pick the best spot for our kids once it's our turn to pick our seed.
Yes. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
As we wrap up another edition of the Coach Host Show, we want to thank Reliable Heating and Cooling for being our season-long sponsor. Thanks Coach Host and Senior Darion Williams for joining us this week on the show. I'm your host, Vanessa Gerard, and thanks for watching. And as always, go Tigers.
Massillon City Schools is proud to have one of the top career technical education programs in the state of Ohio, recently receiving a #1 ranking of the 93 districts in the area of achievement. Our Career Technical Education Department offers 14 pathways preparing students for college and careers. All students have the opportunity to participate and compete in their career technical student organization, as well as obtain valuable experience in the field while earning aligned industry credentials and/or college credit in high school. Visit massillonschools.org for more information.